The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Maricel Halili. 17 Chinese nationals were arrested inside an alleged cybersex den in Haro, Iloilo. According to the police, the illegal operation was uncovered with the help of a tip. The cybersex den was located in a house within an exclusive subdivision. Some of the suspects were caught in the act of engaging in lewd activities. The group's frequent patrons were reportedly foreigners. Authorities also seized over 24 computers, 12 cell phones, and SIM cards. The police will investigate if the arrested Chinese individuals are connected to the other illegal activities. A follow-up operation is underway to apprehend other accomplices of the group.
May informant po tayo at nagkandak tayo ng intelligence operation sa area na yan. Yung report na natanggap natin, mga 6 months na silang nag-ooperate dyan.
Arab leaders are calling for a ceasefire in Gaza amid the Israel-Hamas war as death toll on the Palestinian side climbs to over 9,000. Officials from Egypt, Jordan, Qatar, Saudi, and UAE met with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Saturday, Jordan time. They are calling for the fighting to stop and have condemned Israel's war tactics. However, Blinken stood firm, saying a ceasefire would only enable Hamas to regroup for another attack. He added that the U.S. is amenable to humanitarian pauses in Israeli operations to allow aid to enter Gaza. Some pro-Palestine protesters in Oakland, California attempted to obstruct a cargo ship on Friday. They said the ship was carrying weapons headed to Israel. Several protesters climbed a ladder on the side of the vessel attached to a cargo hatch. The vessel was still able to depart after a few hours. And the World Health Organization strongly condemned recent attacks on some hospitals in Gaza. The WHO maintained that an assault in healthcare facilities may amount to violations of international humanitarian law. The agency also reiterated its call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Maricel Halili. Fishing magnate Francisco Tiu Laurel Jr. has been appointed as Agriculture Secretary. Mobile journalist Julie Baeza with the details.
For the new Secretary of the Department of Agriculture Funds.
Business tycoon Francisco Tiu Laurel Jr. is a major player in the country's agriculture sector. Laurel has been in the fishing industry, seafood processing, and other agricultural businesses for more than 3 decades. According to Marcos Jr., they finally found an official who understands very well the problems of the sector.
Nagsimula siya sa pangingisda, ngunit na yung mga iba't ibang panig ng agrikultura ay napasukan na niya. Kaya nauunawaan niya hindi lamang kung ano yung problema, kung hindi ang mga solusyon sa problemang yun.
Tiu Laurel will replace Marcos, who has held the DA Secretary post since he assumed the presidency last year. The chief executive also explained why he held on to the position for quite some time.
Was that I truly believed, and I think I was proven right, that there are many things that only a president could do. And the problems were so important and were so deep that I felt that the authority.
Asked about his marching orders for the new DA chief, the president said he wants Tiu Laurel to control the surging prices of agricultural commodities and mitigate climate change.
Well, the obvious one is trying gain control of the prices of all the agricultural commodities that are going up. At tinatamaan tayo ng yun na nga, yun na pag-usapan ko, climate change. Alam niyo na lahat yung swine flu, alam niyo na lahat yung avian flu na tumatama sa atin.
For his part, Laurel laid out his plans for the department that include agricultural modernization and increased production.
Pangunahing adhikain ko ang pagtiyak na sagana ang ating ani at siguraduhin ito ay nakakarating sa hapag ng bawat Pilipino. Layunin ko na tiyakin na may sapat at masustansyang pagkain na mabibili ang ating mga kababayan sa tamang halaga. Susi dito ang modernisasyon ng sektor ng agrikultura kasabay ng pagpabubuti sa kapakanan ng mga kapatid nating magsasaka at mangingisda.
The new Agriculture Secretary also asked for cooperation from the DA officials and employees for them to achieve their goals. Prior to his appointment, Francisco Tiu Laurel Jr. served as a member of the Private Sector Advisory Council or PSAC. He was also one of the Marcos Jr.'s biggest campaign donors in the 2022 national elections.
Let's now take a quick look at other stories we're watching. The AFP and National Security Council denies any destabilization plot against the Marcos Jr. administration. This is after the remarks made by AFP Chief Romeo Browner on talks of, quote, destabilization efforts. Both the NSC and AFP maintain that Browner had been misquoted and that the security sector is loyal to the government. The House of Representatives has transmitted the 2024 General Appropriations Bill to the Senate during a special session on Saturday. The budget bill was approved on its third and final reading last September amid issues on the allocation of confidential funds. And the first batch of Filipinos in Gaza will be crossing to Egypt today. For now, 20 Filipinos will be allowed to exit through the Rafah border crossing, but more are set to leave in another batch in the coming days. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Maricel Halili. We are One News.